it is Crystal with Pineapple Papers, and it is day 16 of Christy's Beautiful Life 30 Days of Sketches, round 11. And today's amazing sketch comes to us from, I think she goes by T, and she is Document Aloha on Instagram. So I will have her linked down below. This is a super fun sketch. So it's kind of a sketch, but you can definitely tell that she has actually used some actual product to, I think, I don't know, maybe that could be like a digital thing, but I think that she used actual product, and she probably could replace the spots that say photo, add her photos in and her journaling, and she actually has the page done. So I'm kind of interested to see if she can, if she's going to do that. And then so over on Instagram today, it'll be fun to see her take and see if that was kind of her plan. I don't know. That's kind of a fun way to think about doing sketches is kind of doing a pre-made page. So, I don't know why this layout took me so long. Like, it shouldn't have. It really shouldn't have. It's very simple. You've got layers of paper, which I absolutely love. You have 2 photos. I'm not sure where my trouble was coming from. So I am using my How to Kill a Kit with Style, and it's mostly like the Simple Stories Life Captured, but it's also the Vicki Boutin print shop. So most of my paper by now is kind of gone. So I don't have a lot of paper left. I do have this beautiful floral, and I really wanted to use it. So I thought I was going to use it for the entire background paper, and then I was like, oh, that's such a waste. So I went in to one of my Vicki Boutin like paper pads. This wasn't a project pad. This was just a paper pad. Not sure which one it is. If you need to know, I can totally find it for you. But right now it's not sitting around me, so I don't know off the top of my head. So I picked 3 pieces of paper. So I'm actually going to use that brown worded paper for my background, which is kind of crazy because I cover it all up but that little sliver on the top. And then I have these other pieces of paper that I am totally pulling from the colors of the floral. And you know, that's the nice thing about some designers is a lot of their collections, they just go together. So as you get low on something from a collection, you can just pull other things from a different collection and make that work. So I'm going to put down kind of this salmony color paper on the bottom, and I'm going to tear my layers down on the bottom where hers are straight. And then I go ahead and attach a yellow piece on top of that. And then I realized that I like this green leafy paper. And so I go ahead and tear that off as well. So the back side of that leafy paper is that word brown paper. So I guess it does get used a little bit more. So I'm using 3 layers down on the bottom. And I'm not sure if it's designed to have 3 layers or just 2. I know that bottom layer actually has her little thing that says where, like, who made the sketch. So I'm not sure what the intent was there, but I'm going to use it as 3. So now I'm going to work on some embellishing. So she has 3 areas. And I am going to go through what I have in this collection. I'm going to start with the chipboard pieces, and I'm going to pull one that says Think Happy. I'm going to put it in between the photos, like you see that cluster there. And then I decide to add a few words down on the bottom picture because it's just kind of like some blank space. So I'm going to use celebrate and this love. So this was actually our anniversary dinner. We went to the Melting Pot, which is basically a fondue place, and they had given us some champagne. So we thought it would be fun to try and imitate where, you know, when you get married, you kind of do the little combined arms and drink the champagne. So, and I actually took this picture. I'm kind of impressed. It's not terrible. So now I am going to work on my title. So I'm going to go with the title that says, "This was a perfect day." And it's black, so it should pop off of that floral really well, but it wasn't. So I felt like I just needed to tone it down with a little bit of paint. So I'm actually going to start with, I think it's a Heidi Swapp. Here it is. Heidi Swapp metallic texture paste. Well, it's a little translucent, and I felt like it wasn't going to give me what I needed. So I went ahead and grabbed my Liquitex Basics white acrylic paint and just kind of dry brushed it on there. So it does have a little bit of the sparkle still from the metallic texture paste, but it's definitely less opaque so that my title is going to pop off of that. And I did think that if I put my title on when it was wet, it would help actually glue it down. It doesn't. So I do go back and add a couple of drops of Nouveau Deluxe adhesive under this title to make it work. And this title actually fits in this area perfect, just like the title says, which is kind of fun. And it uses a big portion of the titles that are in my kit because I haven't seemed to be using as much of those as I really thought, which is funny because I don't really make my own titles. So the fact that I have all of these titles and I haven't used them yet, I might have to use a little bit more. I mean, only half the month is over, so there's still time. So we'll see how much more I get there. So now I have my title down. I'm going to work on the other two embellishment clusters that you see in the sketch. So down there on the bottom left-hand corner of the photos, I'm going to do like a floral cluster. And then over to the right, I am going to do another floral cluster. So I like that big floral sticker, but I feel like it needs something else. So I'm digging through all of the ephemera, which it doesn't really scream like love and anniversary and that type of thing. I grabbed this camera. I am so excited to use this camera. You don't even know. So I love the camera. It's just ginormous, absolutely ginormous. And I just was feeling like I was not going to find a place to put this camera, but I'm going to layer it with this floral. I'm going to add a little banner that says my favorite and then put a few of the little like puffy dots and hearts around it. And it's perfect right there. Like, it felt like it needed something there anyway. I kind of think that maybe it should have been moved down a little bit more, but everything is glued. So I'm good with it right there. Like I said, I'm going to finish it off with a couple of these puffy dots and hearts. And I'm just scattering them about. Like kind of like you would do enamel dots or sequins. Now, I did pop up on some pop foam, the purple flower in the bottom and and the two heart pieces by the title. So those did get a little bit. So there's a little more dimension on this layout than initially there was. And I'm pretty sure that's all I do. I did accidentally put the thicker sheet in that white paint. So if you saw me like looking at my hands like what how did I get on that? That's what happened. So, if you're doing some mixed media, you probably should kind of put it way to the side so you don't get all of it in your embellishments, but no mishaps happen. So that's good. Here are a couple of close-ups. Make sure you check out the description box below so you can give T some love and check out the playlist and remember to wear your crown, and I'll see you tomorrow. Bye.